Warning, this video is not intended for children the age of under 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Not for kids. Well, looks like I'm starting a new review, a toy review for the beginning of the year, and I got Castlevania action figure. I finally got this. I saw this like 2 weeks ago at GameStop, and I immediately bought it. I've been watching the series lately from Netflix, and it's a very interesting series. I'm always such a fan of the Castlevania series. My first Castlevania series is Symphony of the Light. I played it on the Xbox 360, and finally got Alucard and Trevor Belmont and Sylvia Blaze. I have all three of this figure. I don't have him. I don't have Sophia Blaze at this moment, but I will. I have it added on the video in here. She'll be added in one moment. So yeah, this is good. I finally see this figure. These figures are not for toys. These are basically for collectors who just want to display. So but there's something not right about this figure. Um, I will review it. I will see to it. But you can see there's like um the bio in the back, the who they are, and it says like with Alucard and Trevor Belmont and with Sylvia Blaze. But you can see the sculptor of this was Richard Force something. Yeah, he pretty much they pretty much just added a lot of stuff in here. What you see in front of these figures, a lot of the accessories will be hands. That's kind of weird though. Here's Alucard, and he has a extra head with the vampire because he's half vampire. If you watch the series and know the lore, and he has the head, you can just pop that thing right in there. But the only bad side of these figures is their paint. It's not that great. I think it needed more wash or something, or um, more paint, or there's you can see there's like some stuff on it. And he got accessories from his sword, his famous sword. It's very badass with that sword, especially when Symphony in Light in the beginning. Then suddenly got taken away by a freaking shaft, I believe. And here's that sword. I just don't like this type of sword right now because it's not that great. It's so much potential, but it was kind of flimsy. And they gave us a lot of hands. And accessory wise, it's pretty there's a lot of accessories, but it's too much accessories sometimes. And these hands, you're never gonna use that stuff a lot. Even Figma, they will only supply like a few, but you can always place. I wish they add a little box for them. You might have to put it in a Ziploc bag and don't even use the box. And for the articulation, it's alright on some of them. You can, its leg can pivot and all that stuff. You can swivel the elbow and the cape, although it's kind of hard plastic. And you can see the paints. You can see the paint smudges everywhere. Yeah, it's not that great. I wonder if you can take the cape though. So, but I don't even want to try that because it's gonna be hard to put back in there. And the paint is like they just I think they just slapped it for production value. It's like here, they get figures done and sell it to GameStop. And you can pull out the head and God, that is such it's an annoyance just pulling it. Look, kind of reminds you of Figma on some of them, and putting it in there, it's a nightmare too. And there it is. He's with his expression with his mouth open. It's like, what the? It should have been even more different. And it's like he can just float in the air or something, like in that one scene. And that's what it's like. Freaking Alucard Superman. But this actually Alucard is such a badass in the Castlevania one. So no comparison to another Alucard out there with guy with a dual pistol. Yeah, this is yeah, the head is all right. It's long hair, standard. I wish they would add more stuff on. They really should have improved in the figure, and at least they have the pegs in here. You could put like the NECA stands on them. So that's what I've been doing. So like unlike like the DC figures, they don't put holes in like a peg hole. You have to drill it. So you can put there. You can put them in a standing position, but you can post them. The downside for these swords is you can't hook them in his belt. I wish they you can hook them in a belt, but you can't. It's too big, and I tried looking for it. I seen people posting it in their other videos. It's like they can post it up, but there's his sword, and he's holding it, holding his sheet in there. But it's yeah, that sword is so lame. I prefer the other one, the one he's just the one that doesn't have that blue flame on it or whatever that thing is. Yeah, it's like this wasn't that it's not even a strong plastic. It's so small soft. And here's Trevor Belmont. He suffers the worst. He has more accessories and more stuff, and I actually had to peel off his throwing knives, one of the throwing knives in there because it's he can't hold his gear for some reason. It's like they gave him so much hands in there, and it has throwing knives. And here's his sword. He has two swords, and you can't even. There's a hook you can put on one of them, but and his short sword is, but it's not effective. And he has this Morning Star, that badass whip, but be careful. I wish they use actual like card wire in that thing because that thing broke when I tried to put it on the side. Luckily, I managed to fix it with a super glue. So just be careful. Though. That's not this very flimsy. It will break. And there's the whip from the beginning before he switched to the Morning Star. So that's another plus side. He has a lot of gears. This one thing about this thing is a lot of gears is added in here. Like there's his throwing knife, a lot of hands, and this one I thought I just took it out because I needed to hold him. I needed him to hold one of the weapons, and just take it out of there. You don't have. It's not actually glued. I think it's just take it out of there, and you can actually put it back if you want to. So it's can make it tight. So just you can fit it like that, and he has a sword now. He can hold his sword. So like Alucard, I believe he has a lot of his painting is also worse, but this one is all right. He has impressive pose ability, and and he was supposed to have a cape, but apparently that wasn't included. Maybe in a version 2 of it or something. I don't know. Or you can always customize your own cape using green stuff. I tried that one with a Cobra Commander at one point with Serpentor. I kind of added a green stuff cape. Just make something out of him. Probably if you customize him, his head swivels. His arms, his legs. They're pretty much. But I don't see this being only using a lot for stop motion. I would just put them in for display. But if you can pull it off at stop motion, just be careful because the it's really plastic could break on you. And the other one with Alucard, you can there's pegs into the hole. And escape, eh, it's all right. It's all right. He has so much gear that you really don't want to use, so we might have to put it on just in a um Ziploc bag. You might end up getting losing it. And one more thing they added in here, I want to mention is the the bucket. I have no clue why the bucket was added there for some reason. But as you can see here, it's just basically more stuff. His painting is the same. He has no expression. It's like it's kind of they just sculpt it up. No facial expression like Alucard. No extra head. I wish they added him like he's shouting or something, or he's charging, or I don't know. Something with expression would make the figure makes better. Yeah, here's him with Alucard and here's Alucard and Trevor Belmont. That's what it is. I have Sylvia Blaze, so I will get them together. I will do a review on them because when I bought this, I had to wait an extra week for to get her. So I'm doing this recording after I got it. So this is how they would pose. They yeah the way it's limited posting. If you can spend a lot of time posting this if you want, but just put it for display. That's my recommendation for this. It's pretty cheap. It's there's other Castlevania figures out there that pretty good. I don't know if Figma makes one because Figma's really expensive and all that stuff. But overall, this is a good collection. If you're a fan of the Castlevania Netflix series, I would highly recommend it. If you're a collector, but if you're just a guy who wants to collect figures, maybe give it a pass for now. You probably get it cheap at eBay or something or Amazon. Yeah. And here is Sylvia Blaze. I decided to check it out. It's the same thing. Unlike the previous two figures, her companion, she doesn't have a lot of accessory, only except the arm. But downside is she has um her post is even more limited. So and the way they painted her, it's I can, but I at least I have a it's a complete. I'm completed with this, and I'm gonna see if we can open it up, and we'll see what's in there. And here's her bio over here, and she's basically a seeker magician, and just look up just watch the series because it's she's actually the most interesting character that I have in that series. She's I kind of like the chemistry between her and Trevor, and I like her voice too. Has that Latina voice or what do you call that European voice? She has a thick accent, Eastern European. And especially watch the scene, especially in season 3, I believe, or something. That one scene. I love that scene. And here she is, her paint. This is her season 1 outfit, I believe. Yeah, and season 2, she has a better outfit, I believe. They kind of improve her a bit. And here's her accessory, her ability to use her seeker powers. And they're always gonna have the hands and this one too, this ability to shoot, because in that one, in I believe the season 2 season finale, she was such a badass. She was just taking those vampires one left and right, along with Trevor and Alucard. And there's kind of a shuriken thing. I don't know what that is, but yeah, extra one. And she pretty much have a limited this her thing is so limited. So like before, they added a peg, so and it's pretty much nothing in here. It's the she's so covered with that plastic, so her possibility is so limited. So so if you can pull up a possibility, just be careful. It might break on you. So her head, it doesn't spin that much, but it will. So it's still like a display, and I don't like her how they painted her face in here. Especially she looks like a freaking rabbit with that thing. Wish they just did not add that tooth. It's if you see it closer, it's like God damn it, they got it and added up. So it's I would recommend pa- I recommend painting it or something, or fixing it up with some brush if you're really a good painter. Unlike the other one, unlike the other two, her painting skills, her design is very limited. So it's probably you probably want to give her a bit of a wash. I would recommend giving her a wash or something, like probably using Agrax Earthshade. I'm using GW Paint or something. Maybe we'll probably fix that stuff, give it like some effect or something. But oh well. And taking out the her hands, adding some for postability. I recommend doing that, and we'll see. And here she is with her ability, just such a limited pose. That's what I can do right now. It's like it's all right. It's good for display. It's not for toys. It's not an action figure you can play around or use stop motion. It's just for display in your desk or something. Yeah. Yeah, this is basically it. It's very limited. I wish they added more stuff on these things. But her but like I said, her characters I like her character. She's such a badass in this because I like female characters who are really are badass characters. We're seeing that a lot with the anime shows, but some of them are like I said, they're some of them are just like Mary Sue, but she is not a fucking Mary Sue. She's a fighter. Yeah, and now we're gonna add her with her companions. There's Alucard and Trevor. It's like, yeah, these three are ready to go on storm Dracula's um mansion, castle, and kick some vampire ass. Yeah, this is basically it. I like the I'm currently watching the Castlevania season 3. I think I'm in episode 5 or something, but it's very good, especially with Dracula. He's such a tragic character. He's just trying to discover his humanity, and these dumb dumb humans decided to kill his wife. Yeah. There's more to that story. Now, I wonder if we're gonna see a second version of this, probably an improved version. I hope, or we can actually see a bunch of Castlevania X, Ricondo's Blood. That's another one that I would love to see with another Belmont, and later Symphony of the Light with Alucard again. This time with his he's returning back again. It's like, what the fuck? Did we just deal with this problem? So I wonder if we're gonna see some villains like Isaac and God damn it, I forgot his the other guy's name, and that one vampire chick who's currently leading some faction of her own. So it's a very interesting story. So I would love to see that. I recommend watching it on Netflix if you haven't watched it. So, but for the figures, this is just I will give it a somewhere around a 3 out of 5. So if you're a customizer, just I would recommend paint. Give it a custom job or something. Give it like some paint or wash. Clean up the bad. It may probably improve it a bit. Just stand it, or add some customization on it. So this is my review for Castlevania action figure.